Hello everyone, my name is K. Rajesh. I am from CSC C section. Today's my topic is about exact two relation graphs. Graph. A graph is a mathematical object that is used to model different situations, objects and processes. Linked list, tree, flowchart of a program, structure chart of a program, finite state automata, city map, electric circuits, course curriculum. Definition: a graph is a collection of non-empty sets of vertices and edges. Vertices: vertices can have names and properties. Edges: edges connect two vertices, can be labeled, can be directed. Adjacent vertices: if there is an edge between them, that is called adjacent vertices. Example: in the graph 1, we can find the vertices as A, B, C, D and edges AB, AC, BC and CD. The same graph can be drawn in another way that is shown in the below. Directed graphs and undirected graphs. There are two basic types of graphs, directed and undirected graphs. In undirected graphs, the edges are symmetrical. Example: if A and B are vertices, AB and BA are one and the same edge. Graph 1 above is undirected. In directed graphs, the edges are oriented. They have the beginning and the ending. Thus, AB and BA are different edges. Sometimes the edge of the directed graph are called arcs. Examples of directed graphs. Graph 2 and Graph 3 are different graphs. Some definitions of the basic graphs concepts differ slightly depending on whether we talk about directed or undirected graphs. Paths. A path is a list of vertices in which successive vertices are connected by edges. Examples: some paths in graph 1: A, B, C, D, A, C, B, A, C, D, A, B, D, C, B, C, B, A. Some paths in graph 2: D, A, B, A, D, A, C. Note that DAB in the path in graph 3. However, ADAC is not as same path in graph 3 because AC is not the edge, but the edge is CA. Sample path. No vertex is repeated. That is the sample path. Cycles. A cycle is a simple path with distinct edges where the first vertex is equal to the last vertex. Examples: cycles in graph 1: CABC, CBAC, ABCA, ACBA, BACB, BCAB, and ABA is not a cycle because the edge AB is the same as BA. Cycles in graph 3: ADA, DABD. A graph without cycles is called a cyclic graph. Loop. An edge that connects the vertices with itself is called a loop. Connected graphs. Connected graphs, there is a path between each two vertices. Graph 1 and graph 2 and graph 3 are connected graphs. Disconnected graphs, there are at least two vertices that are not connected by the path. Examples of disconnected graphs. Here are graph 4 and graph 5. In graph 4, the vertices are A, B, C, D and the edges are AB and CD. In graph 5, the vertices are A, B, C, D and the edges are AB and AC. Isomorphic graphs. Two graphs which contain the same number of vertices connected in the same way are said to be isomorphic. Formally, two and with graph vertices are said to be isomorphic if there is a permutation of such that is the set of the graph H, J of E. If is in the set of the graph edge, two graphs G1 and G2 are said to be isomorphic if their numbers of components, vertices and edges are same. Their edges connectivity is retained. Note, in short, out of the two isomorphic graphs, one is weakened version of the other. An unlabeled graph also can be brought of the same isomorphic graph. There exists a function f from vertices of G1 to vertices of G2. F such that V of G1 tends to V of G2, such that case 1. F is a bijection, both 1 and 1 and on 2 case. Second one, function preserves ad adjacency of vertices. That is, if the edges V U belongs to G1, then the edge f of u f of v belongs to G2. Then G1 equal to G2, similar to G2. Note, if G1 similar to G2, then mod of V of G1 is equal to mod of V of G2, and also mod of E of G1 is equal to mod of E of G2. Degree sequence of G1 and G2 are same. If the vertices V1, V2, so on Vk form a cycle of length k in G1, then the vertices f of V1, f of V2, so on f of Vk should form a cycle of length k in G2. All the above conditions are necessary for the graphs G1 and G2 to be isomorphic, but not sufficient to prove that the graphs are isomorphic. G1 is similar to G2 if and only if G1 minus is similar to G2 minus, where G1 and G2 are simple graphs. G1 is similar to G2 if the adjacency matrices of G1 and G2 are same. G1 is similar to G2 if and only if the conditions subgraphs of G1 and G2 obtained by deleting some vertices in G1 and their images in the graphs G2, then it is said to be isomorphic. Examples: in the graph 3, vertex W has only degree 3, whereas all the other graph vertices has degree 2. Hence, G3 not isomorphic to G1 or G2. Taking components of G1 and G2, we have here G1 minus is similar to G2 minus. Hence, we can say that G1 is similar to G2. Euler graphs. A closed walk, a closed walk in a graph G containing all the edges of G is called as Euler line in graph G. A graph containing an Euler line is called as Euler graph. We know that a walk is always connected. Since the Euler line, which is a walk, contains all the edges of the graphs, an Euler graph is connected exact for any isolated vertices. The graph may contain an isolated vertices do not contribute anything to the understanding of the Euler graph. It is assumed now onwards that Euler graphs do not have any isolated vertices and are thus connected. Example: consider the graph shown in the figure. Clearly, V1 E1, V2 E2, V3 E3, so on E7 V1. In in A in graph A is an LLR line, whereas the graph shown in B is non-LLR. LLR path is a path in graph that visits every edge exactly once. Eulerian circuit is an Eulerian path which starts and ends on the same vertex. The graph has Euler paths from, for example, 4, 3, 0, 1, 2, 0. But non-Euler cycle, note that there are two vertices with odd degree 4 and 0. In the second graph, the graph has the Euler cycles, for example, 2, 1, 0, 3, 4, 0, 2. Note that all vertices have even degree. In the graph 3, the graph 3 is not Eulerian. Note that there are 4 vertices with odd degree 1, 3, 4 and 0. A graph is called Eulerian if it has an Eulerian cycle and called semi-Eulerian if it has an Eulerian path. The problem seems similar to the Hamiltonian path, which is NP complete problem for the in general graph. Fortunately, we can find whether a given graph has an Eulerian path or not in polynomial time. In fact, we can find it in big O of v plus e time. Following are some interesting properties of undirected graphs with an Eulerian path and cycle. We can use these properties to find whether a graph is Eulerian or not. Eulerian cycle. An undirected graph has Eulerian cycle if following two conditions are true. A. All vertices with a non-zero degree are connected. We don't care about vertices with 0 degree because they don't belong to the Eulerian cycle or path. We only consider all edges. And the condition B is all vertices have even degree. Eulerian path. An undirected graph has Eulerian path if following two conditions are true. A. Same as condition A for the Eulerian cycle, and condition B if 0 or non-zero two vertices have odd degree and all other vertices have even degree. Note that only one vertex with odd degree is not possible in an undirected graph. Sum of all degrees in all is always even in an undirected graph. Note that a path with no edges is considered Eulerian because there are no edges to transfers. Hamiltonian graphs. A cycle passing through all the vertices of a graph is called a Hamiltonian cycle. A graph containing a Hamiltonian cycle is called a Hamiltonian graph. A path A path passing through all the vertices of the graph is called a Hamiltonian path, and a graph containing a Hamiltonian path is said to be traceable. Example for Hamiltonian graphs are given in figure below. If the last edge of the Hamiltonian cycle is dropped, we have the Hamiltonian path. However, a non-Hamiltonian graph can have the Hamiltonian path. That is, Hamiltonian path cannot have always be used to form Hamiltonian cycles. For example, in figure G1 and has no Hamiltonian path and so no Hamiltonian cycle. In G2 has the Hamiltonian path V1, V2, V3, V4 but has no Hamiltonian cycle. While G3 has a Hamiltonian cycle V1, V2, V3, V4, V1. A multigraph or general graph is Hamiltonian if and only if its underlying graph is Hamiltonian. Because if G1 is Hamiltonian, then any Hamiltonian cycle is G. Remains a Hamiltonian cycle in the underlying graphs of G. Conversely, if the underlying graph of a graph G is Hamiltonian, then G is also Hamiltonian. Let G be the graph with n vertices. Clearly, G is a subgraph of the complete graph Kn from G. We construct step-by-step supergraphs of G to get Kn by adding an edge at each step by two vertices that are not already adjusted. Now let us start with the graph G, which is not Hamiltonian. Since the final outcome of the procedure is Hamiltonian graph Kn, we change from the non-Hamiltonian graph to the Hamiltonian graph at some stage of the procedure. For example, the non-Hamiltonian graph G1 above is followed by the Hamiltonian graph G2. Since supergraphs of the Hamiltonian graphs are Hamiltonian. Once a Hamiltonian graph is reached in the procedure, all the subsequent supergraphs are Hamiltonian. Thank you.